Welcome to the BIM Hunter Hive podcast, where you listen to interesting fictional stories from aspiring authors for your listening pleasure and relaxation.
The Rookie Auditor, written by Adebimpe Odefunsho and read by the author. Chapter 3. The First Assignment. On the final day of their training, after the trainees had finished their office tour, they sat in anticipation, eager to learn their designated departments. Mrs. Lawson's impending arrival also added to the excitement. Leye occupied his usual spot at the back, where Dolu found himself seated a couple of seats away from Sophia. I can't wait to know our new departments in the company. Actually, I'm almost certain which one I will end up in, Sophia confidently exclaimed to her group of friends among the new recruits. What department do you think that will be? One of the recruits inquired. The audit department, of course. What makes you think it's the audit department? Well, it's pretty simple. I have a knack for numbers. Crunching them is like a hobby for me. Also, I've always wanted to be an auditor. I admire their professionalism, Sophia proudly explained, convinced of her inclination towards the audit department. Shortly after, Mrs. Lawson entered the room carrying a stack of letters meant for each of the 13 trainees present. This moment marked the culmination of their anticipation. All eyes were focused on Mrs. Lawson as she began addressing them. Good day, everyone, she started loudly. We've reached the conclusion of this training, and congratulations to each of you for successfully completing it. I will now distribute your deployment letters, which will indicate your respective departments for your work starting next week. I encourage you to remain diligent and focused. Remember, valuable achievements often require dedication. Collaborate with your team members and absorb from their experiences. I wish you all the very best. Mrs. Lawson proceeded to distribute the letters, calling out each trainee's name. They all anxiously awaited to discover their designated department. In an unexpected turn, Sophia exclaimed in dismay, "Account department?" After receiving and reading through her letter. Her disbelief was evident as she stared at it. Meanwhile, Dolu hastily opened his letter too, and was stunned to find himself assigned to the audit department. Audit department? He involuntarily exclaimed, shocked by the unexpected placement. Puzzled, he pondered, what does a computer science graduate have to do with audits? Obviously, he was totally unaware of the role of the information technology audits. He immediately glanced in Sophia's direction, only to find her gazing at him with evident disdain. The rest of the trainees eagerly tore open their deployment letters as they received their letters. This stirred up a blend of excitement, disappointment, and astonishment in the room. Dolu anticipated his move to the department, eager to grasp the essence of his new role. As they collectively savored their final moments from the training, the trainees discussed their expectations for the upcoming phase. Which departments are you posted to? Dolu asked Leye eagerly, after seeing him read through his letter. The Human Resources Department, Leye answered. Despite Leye's background in sociology from the university, he too seemed clueless about his future work environment until that moment. Feeling a tinge of anxiety about the unknown, Dolu harbored hopes for a smooth and fulfilling journey with Glide Investment Global Limited, wishing a tenure devoid of any turbulent episodes. Monday morning arrived bustling with activities typical of Lagos, and the notorious traffic added to the hustle. Despite this, Dolu managed to reach Glide Investment Global Limited premises before the 8 a.m. start time. After asking Miss Ifoma for directions, he successfully navigated his way to the audit department. Gently opening the door, he peered inside and spotted a man in his mid-40s, diligently working at his desk with a computer. Upon noticing Dolu, he addressed him. "Young man, how may we help you?" Quickly stepping in, he politely greeted the man. "Good morning, sir. My name is Dolu, the new recruit assigned to the audit department. Ah, so you are the graduate management trainee joining our department? The man responded. Yes, sir, Dolu confirmed. Please come in and take a seat. The man invited him in. Dolu settled beside him. The chairs were arranged in a single row, facing a long, transparent, soundproof office wall. The unique setup allowed glimpses of employees passing through the office hall, serving as either a slight distraction or entertainment, depending on the observer's mood. The head of the department will be arriving shortly. The man broke the awkward silence after some minutes. Okay, sir. Thank you, Dolu replied. Moments later, two other audit employees entered the room, exchanging greetings with the man and Dolu before finding their respective seats. They chatted about their Monday morning trip down to the office, speaking proudly on how they had maneuvered the traffic jam. Dolu surveyed the audit space and he noticed there was one remaining vacant chair. As the clock ticked 5 minutes past 8 a.m., a woman rushed into the room, greeting everyone before hurriedly settling into her seat and powering up her computer. Shortly after her arrival, Mr. Akpan entered the room. Good morning, sir. They greeted Mr. Akpan one by one. Good morning, ho, he responded. Dolu rose from his seat, acknowledging Mr. Akpan to make his presence known. Good morning. How are you? You must be the new recruits assigned to this department, Mr. Akpan inquired. Yes, I am. Oh, that's good. What's your name again? My name is Dolu, sir. Welcome, Dolu. Please come with me, Mr. Akpan invited, leading the way. They proceeded to a small room tucked away in the corner of the main audit department, specifically designated for the head of the department. Please take your seats, he said to Dolu, pointing to the chair in front of him. I trust you found your way here all right and have settled in well. Yes, sir, thank you. Excellent. We are thrilled to have you on board. How has everything been so far? It's been good, sir. I'm excited to start learning and contributing to the team, Dolu replied. Fantastic, Mr. Akpan exclaimed. I'm sure you will be surprised that you were posted to the audit department. For someone with your educational background, I believe you're in the right place. You'll be working as an information technology auditor. Have you heard about the role before? No, I haven't. You will be helping with the auditing of the company's information technology infrastructure and processes, ensuring the company realizes returns on all information technology investments. My area of specialty is in financial auditing, and so are the rest of the auditors. That's why we need someone with this expertise who can work with little or no supervision to complement the team, Mr. Akpan explained. Furthermore, you will need to write and pass a professional exam for you to be a qualified information technology auditor. This exam is designed to enhance your skills and understanding of the audit processes and techniques, particularly for the IT domain. The exam is called CISA, Certified Information System Auditor. So here is the catch. The company will pay for your training and the exam fee if only you pass the exam, but if otherwise, you'll be paying from your pockets. Are you comfortable with writing that? Mr. Akpan asked. Absolutely, sir. I am eager to learn and improve my skills, Dolu replied. Fantastic. I believe you are capable. I want to emphasize the importance of humility as you progress in your career journey. We have a great team here, and everyone brings valuable expertise to the table. Don't hesitate to learn from your colleagues. Their experiences can be invaluable, Mr. Akpan advised. I understand, sir. I will make sure to approach this opportunity with an open mind and a willingness to learn from everyone, Dolu assured. That's the spirit, Dolu. We are all here to support each other's growth. If you ever need guidance or have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We are a team and we're here to help each other. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate the guidance and support. I'm looking forward to contributing effectively to the department, Dolu said. Here are some of your working tools. Mr. Akpan handed a blue and a green pen, a notebook, and a clipboard to Dolu. Dolu collected the materials from him, trying hard to hide his cluelessness. You should receive a laptop from the IT department today. I will now introduce you to the rest of the team. Do you have any questions? Dolu thought for a while and responded, No sir, thank you. Let's go meet the rest of the team. Mr. Akpan told Dolu, standing up from his seat. Dolu followed him with a vague expression. He presented Dolu to the team, praising his educational achievements, his designated role, and his commendable personality. They all gave him a warm welcome into the team. Dolu, being notably the youngest among them, felt a sense of being elevated to a position that might have seemed too large for him, particularly considering his colleagues were in their 40s and 50s. It sparked the feeling akin to imposter syndrome. Simon, could you assist him in settling into his seat? Also, please provide him with some of our latest audit reports, policies, and procedures. This will help him familiarize himself with our operations and gain valuable insights on where and how to start. Mr. Akbar instructed the man Dolu first met in the morning and then went back into his office. Mr. Simon gestured to Dolu to take a seat in the same chair he had occupied earlier that morning. He then retrieved 2 substantial paper files from a large mesa cabinet, intending for Dolu to peruse through them. Here are the audit plans, programs, policies, and procedures, Mr. Simon indicated, pointing to the first file. And in this one, you'll find the audit reports and working papers for the last 2 quarters. He handed the bulkier file to Dolu. Dolu nodded appreciatively and replied, Thank you, Mr. Simon. Dolu had observed that at Glide Investment Global Limited, staff used titles before their names as a sign of respect. Wanting to align with their etiquette, he addressed Mr. Simon accordingly. You are welcome, Mr. Simon replied. He also noticed that these titles were generally used for colleagues who were older, distinguishing between the older and the younger employees. For about 2 hours, he diligently went through the documents page by page, gradually feeling a sense of tedium creeping in. The audit team appeared highly focused on their tasks, engrossed in their laptops with minimal conversation. Dolu pondered how they managed to sustain this intense concentration without succumbing to boredom. He noticed a shift in the room's atmosphere when Mr. Akpan briefly stepped out. There seemed to be more relaxed conversation. As the silence lingered, he unintentionally let out a loud yawn, checking his wristwatch to find it was only 11:30 a.m., indicating several hours left until the company's official closing time at 5 p.m. Sensing Dolu's restlessness, Mr. Simon decided to engage him. How are you finding everything? Very well, thank you. I see you've got your green pen. Mr. Simon teased slightly. Curious, Dolu asked, Sorry, what's the green pen meant for? Oh, you don't know. It signifies you are now a real auditor. It's a powerful pen that sends shivers down the spines of auditors. Are you the green auditor with the green pen? Mr. Simon chuckled heartily as he flashed his own green pen at Dolu. Although Dolu didn't quite understand his response, he chuckled, trying to blend in with the light-hearted banter. As Dolu continued reviewing the documents, he observed a recurring pattern involving the use of a green pen. It seemed to be utilized for adding the auditor's signature and comments. This appears to be the authentication pen for auditors, Dolu pondered to himself. Later that evening, Dolu lay on his bed, contemplating the events of the day. He mulled over the discussions he had had with his departmental head, an array of questions swirling through his mind. Thoughts raced about how swiftly he could grasp the intricacies of audit domain knowledge, an area he felt entirely unfamiliar with. The complexity of conducting an actual audit exercise, the stark differences between financial audits and information technology audits, the whole inundated his thoughts. Seeking answers, he turned to his usual recourse, the internet. Yet, the more he delved into reading, the more bewildered he became. Concepts seemed to drown him in confusion, leaving him feeling utterly despondent. His mind flickered back to the conversation he had with Mr. Simon during their break earlier that day. He recalled Mr. Simon was out of depth regarding the information technology audit role, despite his evident proficiency in financial audits. He had disclosed that everyone in the department, except the head of the department, had attempted the CISA exam without success. Those challenges will pass on your first try, Mr. Simon had remarked during their stroll back to the office after lunch. This prompted Dolu to dig deeper into the CISA exam. He discovered that to become a certified information technology auditor, passing the exam alone wouldn't suffice. A minimum of 5 years working experience in the field was also necessary. This realization brought forth a wave of uncertainties for him. Uncertain whether to take the exam promptly to kickstart the certification process or to wait, gain hands-on experience and then attempt it, Dolu deliberated on the idea. After careful consideration and weighing the advantages and disadvantages, he concluded that focusing on learning extensively on the job first and solidifying his understanding would be his primary approach before venturing into the exam. On the third day, Mr. Akpan summoned Dolu into his office. I trust you've gone through the audit policies and procedures. What are your thoughts? Mr. Akpan inquired, prompting Dolu to gather his thoughts for a fitting response. They were comprehensive, sir. The findings were enlightening, highlighting several loopholes in the financial system that require attention. Moreover, the recommendations provided a clear path for improvement. Dolu responded, trying to convey his observations positively. Thank you for the positive feedback, Mr. Akpan acknowledged. Moving forward, your focus will be on the information technology audit, which you should notice was not covered in all the audit documentations. Dolu nodded in understanding. Over the next few weeks, your task is to develop the IT audit documentations, which are an audit manual detailing IT audit policies and procedures, the annual IT audit plan, and the IT audit programs for engagements, Mr. Akpan explained, seemingly brushing off the gravity of the assignment. I will certainly work on that, sir. I will use the provided documentations as a guide. Excellent. Also, ensure the audit plan is risk-based, he emphasized, his attention already shifting back to the scattered documents on his desk. Recognizing the cue, Dolu took his leave, thanking Mr. Akpan. Outside the head of department's office, Dolu looked around, hoping to discuss the task with his colleagues, but they all seemed preoccupied with meeting the deadline for their recent audit engagements. Settling back at his desk, he asked Mr. Akpan, "How is it going?" "Very busy, deadline looming, and my laptop is not helping matters. It's just too slow," Mr. Simon replied, clearly burdened by the situation. "I will be occupied too. I have been tasked with developing the IT audit documentations," Dolu hinted. "Interesting," one of his colleagues replied, prompting Dolu to seize the moment for some clarifications. "What exactly is a risk-based audit plan?" Dolu queried. "It means prioritizing audit engagements based on the severity of risk tied to IT resources," the female auditor elucidated. "So you will need to perform a risk assessment considering the effectiveness of the IT controls," another colleague added. Dolu mentally analyzed their insights as he explained them. He thanked them when he realized his colleagues had resumed their tasks. What are IT controls? What are the types of IT resources? And how to conduct a risk-based assessment? He murmured as he wrote down some questions in his diary for further research. The end of chapter 3.
We have come to the end of this episode. Thanks for listening to the BIM Hunter Hive podcast. See you in the next episode.
Get a copy of this book by contacting the author via our social media handle BIMHunter_Hive for Instagram, and for Facebook simply search BIMHunter Hive and you'll be able to get in touch with the author. We look forward to hearing from you.